on this side.
Edina was homing on this side right before us. But I mean, your guess is as good as mine.
Are these shots accurate?
Yeah, it was a
Steve. Thank you. I was just on that. Oh, yeah. Like,
Hey, Zach.
Won?
Nice win.
Wasn't pretty, but we won.
Good.
Good luck. Good luck today. What time did the start? Right now?
Down.
So,
Yeah, let's see what the score is.
This thing's blinking at me too.
Oh, maybe we want to grab the other one then? 1-1.
it's not great against Mahoney.
What's that?
It's not great against Mahoney. All right, well, good luck.
Is that one any better or no? We can do a charge.
They're not. It's not a lack of charge. Hold on. Sometimes this is a little loose. That was it. Yep. Yep. Oh, we see our coaches arriving on the other side, so everybody gets to take a trip around the rink. I will grab that thing. I have a. Yep, and I got another glove up here.
Oh, it's right.
Oh, you got it? Thank you.
Yep.
All right, we're going to walk around the rink. So everybody get ready. This is a tour of the rink. There we go. We walk around. Here's the Nedrys making their way in. There we go. Tournament coordinator extraordinaire, Melissa Levy. Here we go. Annie Cragness. There we go. Making her way in. We're on the far side. You know what? While the Zamboni's going, we're going to head to the hallway too. We're going to head to the hallway. So here we are in the hallway on our live stream. Coach Downey, do you have anything to add? I don't know. All right. We'll head back. Good job, Coach Capson. Good job. Good job. Yes. All right, here we go. We're going to go to the far side of the rink. This rink was a great place. I just overheard over my shoulder this rink was a great place in 1976, which is accurate. Melissa Levy doesn't want to be on camera. The Zamboni is off the ice. We're moving the camera because we set up on the home side of the rink, and it turns out that the Edina Hornets coaches were taking residency in the visitors side of the rink. So we're making our way all the way around. In the 1980s, this rink was a hotbed for hockey, where the UMD Bulldogs would play the WCHA calendar, including teams from St. Cloud, including teams from the University of Minnesota Gophers, North Dakota, etc. And it was when this place was packed, it was rocking. We're hoping tonight it is more balanced because the Edina Hornets will get a lead and keep the lead for the remainder of the game. I'm going to try to set up at center ice. If you'll just give me a moment. And here we go. We're set up there just about at center ice. We'll try to get the... Oh, I hear Coach Rass making a single request. He's
I like this. No, because they're in charge of music. So you want some like AC? What do you want?
It sounds like Coach Rask is asking for some AC/DC. There we go. The college students working the penalty box are willing to accommodate Coach Rask.
I was here last night. Oh, that was here? No, because it was like three. I know.
The Edina Hornets are now gathered around the door, ready to enter. It looks like Lex Autumn is all right. This afternoon we had a scare, I think is the right word for it. She was doing the Winter Olympics, coached by Coach Rass, out on the promenade outside of our hotel near the Lake Superior North Shore, and there was an injury because she slipped and caught her knee. It looks like she's all right. I'm checking out her skating stride. She looks like she's all right. Thank you to Mary Ellen Sweetser, who bandaged her up and I think got her ready to play tonight. Hazel Weary, our capable alternative, of course. We got our coaches collecting our sticks. It looks like the Alexandria Cardinals have now taken the ice as well. Their coaches are also collecting up sticks on the far side of the rink. Coach Rass's music selections have been entered, and he seems ready to go. It seems that the staff for the penalty box and timekeeping is also ready to go. The officials are on the ice, tossing pucks around for purposes of warming up. There's 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the warm-up clock. We're facing off against the Cardinals. We've got one kid who's got on what appears to be a practice jersey with a taped 14 on the backside. I think we've talked about it before. The Alexandria Cardinals are typically a very strong team. They've got a relatively short bench, a couple fewer than us, but they are a good team. Very big, strong defenders. And so we got to watch out for that as we think about our strategy heading into this semifinal game. If the Edina Hornets win today, we'll be in the championship tomorrow. I think the championship time is 11 a.m. here in Duluth, Minnesota. Winning this tournament isn't always a good sign for the rest of your season, but I think winning this year would imply that we are still cruising in our eventual ambitions to head to state. The Edina Hornets are doing their traditional warm-up. We got Layden Cragness firing some shots at Lex Autumn. We got the rest of the forwards circled up in our defensive zone, working passes around. We got 3 minutes on the clock. And our D are out here at the center ice working on their regroup passing, gives and takes. We played the Alexandria Cardinals, I think, about a week and a half ago in a scrimmage. They're a big physical team. Their defenders are tough to get by, and they have some offense to go along with that strong defense. Looks like we're getting... the college students have now connected to the music. Guns N' Roses. Welcome to the Jungle is starting. Very appropriate for a building that looks like it was built in 1971 and has not been updated since. Dinah's working on its warm-up. This album, if Jay Chapman is listening, I think came out in 1987. Jay Chapman at the time was a sophomore in high school, I think. Got about a minute and 15 seconds left on the warm-up clock, so we will soon be playing some hockey. I think we're going to have 2 periods of hockey followed by a resurface, unlike most of our games so far in this tournament, where we have had just 1 period before we get some resurfacing taken care of. And I'm hopeful that the Edina Hornets will be leading after 2 so that we don't have a lot of stress heading into the 3rd period. We've got the classic collection of moms up just above our camera. Immediately behind them is Craig Cohen. Over my right shoulder is 4 different dads, all of whom are excited about the possibility of moving on to the championship. We only have about 15 ticks left on the clock. I see Keith Witherspoon entering the rink. He may have grandma as well as father-in-law in tow. And there's the end of the warm-up period. We're again lucky to have Coach Rass, Coach Haran, and Coach Jungles involved on our team. It looks like Coach Jungles has got her spot immediately behind the forwards. Rasmussen says, "Let's go, ladies. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up." 1 hard lap. Trying to get ready for this. The Hornets circle the net. Witherspoon grabs on, followed by the rest of the team. Cragness jumps in there. Far side bench, they've got 3 coaches, one of whom, the head coach, used to be the head coach for Boys Sartell, but he's a Alexandria native, and that Alexandria native has now returned to Alexandria to stop coaching boys high school and instead is the head coach for the girls U15 team. I think he may have a daughter on the team. I see on the far bench, number 14 is now changing it out so that she is changing into I mentioned there was a homemade looking jersey. She is now throwing on an official game jersey. Somebody must have forgotten it in the locker room or something. We're starting with the Sauter Mal Boylan line. Sauter comes up with that after a little back and forth. Tries to work it out. Remember, this is a team that played us pretty tight here. Alexandria may have something to prove. Mal comes up with that. Mal, come on. Here we go. Fires. Boylan's there on the backside trying to chip it in. Boylan defends herself with a couple of shoves right in front. I like that shot. Let's go, Edina Hornets. Here's a shout out to my wife. I wonder if she's listening. Angie Boylan, if you're listening, thanks for coming up for a day to make the Duluth tournament a little bit more family friendly. Between Nora and I and Angie, we figured out how to make things work. It looks like we've got Sauter going for a change. Levy jumps in on that one, works it down low. Boylan is now going for a change. Quick changes. I love the quick changes. You need that in a game against a competent opponent. Now we've got the Nedry, Witherspoon, Newcomb line out there. We dump it back in. Cardinals try to come out. There we go. Helfrich over to Witherspoon. Witherspoon works it back to Amy. Amy gets to that red line, chips it in down low. Cardinals come up with it, try to work it out. They come back, trying to race around Amy. Amy gets a body on that. Good job, Amy. Amy comes around our net. Up to Nedry. Nedry tries to load it over to Witherspoon. They get a stick on that. Neutral zone battle here. Oh, there we go. Come on, Newcomb. She does a little bit of stick to skate, and our forwards are making the change again. Quick changes. I have a feeling that was a message that the girls received. Let's make some quick changes. We've got the semifinal and final to go. Let's make sure that we keep fresh legs out there. Helfrich over to Cohen. Cohen up to Cragness. Cragness chips it to herself. Let's go. That's a possibility. She's in the lower corner. Works it back over to Cohen. Cohen skates by everybody. Tries to fire. Oh. The goalie from Alexandria is all over that. Now, frankly, it may feel a little bit like a theme, but because I lost a lot. Alexandria was another place where I lost a lot of hockey games. So I'm hoping that the Edina Hornets beat them today because in the early to mid-90s, Art Boylan lost a few games in Alexandria. That gets tossed all the way down. It's on net, so no icing. Alexandria tries to come up that. We've got the same set of forwards out there. Goalie tries to hold on to it. Ooh, early whistle. You get a audible reaction from both Coach Rass and Coach Moran. We're going to do another quick change of forwards. Sauter, Boylan, Mal out there. We're only 2.5 minutes into this, and we've already done a full cycle of all of our forwards. Boylan races over to get that one. She's fighting for it. She's in the near side corner. That gets worked out. Levy tosses it towards the goal. Boylan again on the chase, using her speed. Mal goes in to help. Mal's long reach tries to get that thing. Comes out as through skates. They waved that off. That should not be waved off. That was a horrible decision. Boylan chips it by them. Now she's in a foot race. She thinks better of it. She gets off the ice. Here comes Nedry out on the ice. And that's a big shot by... They're not keeping track of shots now. Interesting. Now we've got Nedry, Sauter, Mal out there. Sauter gets to the red line, chips it in. Nedry goes to chase. Sauter and Mal go for a change. Newcomb now jumps out. So does Witherspoon. Witherspoon chips it into herself. Alex tries to work it out. Amy from the point. Long shot. Goalie gloves that. Very competent goalie. We could use some music. It's not going to be long before I start heckling the penalty box crew because they really should be playing music. Witherspoon wins it back to Nedry. Nedry tries to fire, hits a skate. Sweetser. Over to Lou. Lou thinks about it, tries to chip it forward. A little bit of action on the far side. Witherspoon works it over to herself. Dangles past one. It's got Nedry on the near side. Nedry. Corner. Here comes Alex trying to come out of it. Works it across the far side. They chip it in. Rings all the way around the ice. Sweetser's there. That was a weird deal. Here comes Alex trying to get some ozone time started. Witherspoon does a great job sacrificing her body, getting beat up in the corner. Lou's there to help out. Alex still comes up with it. It's out to the point. They try to chip it in. Oh, let's get that puck, guys. Sweetser gives chase. We got a lot of action down there in the far side corner. Long shot. Lex knocks that aside. I've said it before. I've said it again. We are so fortunate to have incredible goaltenders with Hazel and Lex. We take it for granted, I think, more often than is fair. Newcomb to Michaela. Michaela's been on fire this weekend. I don't know what she's got against Duluth, but she'd like to win the Duluth tournament. Helfrich gets to that red line. Our forwards change. Now we got Craigness in all alone, or the rest of her forwards are coming. She's fighting for the puck, just trying to create possession, an opportunity. 9:45 left in the first period. Cohen fights, tries to keep that thing low. Cohen to Craigness. Ooh! Ballard fires it at the net. That North Country blood. I think Ballard is due for a big goal in this tournament. Alex tries to fire that thing out. Chapman does a good job trying to get in the way of that. That is an icing. Okay, so we've got Ballard, Cohen, Craigness. We've got an offensive zone faceoff with Chapman and Helfrich on the backside. Looking over at the bench on the far side, it looks like they've got a relatively short bench. Oh, set play. Looks like it's trying to develop. But luckily we get a stick on that. We fire that, miss the net just barely. It's almost a breakout pass, but Craigness is back to collect it. Here she goes around the net. As a 10U player, she would have skated it all the way down. A little bouncy puck. Now we've got some action. Alex tries to get a shot off. They miss the net. Vivian Helfrich chips it out. Ava Ballard thinks better of it. Goes for a change. That's an icing on Edina. We're going to have the defensive zone face-off. With Sauter on the draw. Mallory, Boylan, Sweetser, and Levy on the backside. Some knuckles are given to Lex. Nice job so far. 8:48 left in the first period. Sauter on the draw. She wins that one backward. Good job. Alex comes up with it, though. Let's be careful. Woo! Right in front of the net. Alex throws some bodies around in the near side corner. Now it's bounced off the back. Levy tries to work it out. Alex tries to chip it down. They lose the handle on it. Alex trying to regroup. Right on the Mal's stick. Oh, Mal almost had an opportunity. It was so juicy. So juicy. I think the official is confused about what offsides is. Calls an offside when the puck is residing on the blue line. That gives us a good opportunity to change lines. So now we got Witherspoon, Nedry, Newcomb out there. 8:15 left in the first frame. They chip it forward. I think it would be very helpful if the Edina Hornets were to sneak in a goal here. Levy in, fires, goalie gloves that. Looked like a if I remember correctly, the mom said that they were going to be loud this game, but I haven't heard them yet. We're out. Levy over to Sweetser. Sweetser gathers that, chips it up the boards. Now works it all. Well, they're working on their offsides calls. That was actually offsides. We got some relatively young officials. I'd put them at less than 30 years old. Lots of whistles. Cragness on the draw with Cohen and Ballard. Helfrich, very good job. They were trying to sneak it up the near side boards to somebody off the face off, and Helfrich was there to create some trouble for them. Amy, high off the glass, great job. Lands on Cohen or Cragness' stick off of Ballard's skate. Now we got a neutral zone fight. This is going to be a chess match. Who gets an opportunity and takes care of it? Cohen. Around the boards, Cohen again. Cohen chips it up. No, that's almost there. The goalie decides to play it. Gutsy play, goalie. You got Layden Cragness bearing down on you, and she decides to chip it out of the zone. Maybe she knows better than I do because they're almost getting an opportunity. Layden's there. Oh, another offsides. This officiating crew's very stringent on the offsides. They must know that aspect of the rule book, but few others. Sauter on the draw. Wins it back to Levy. Levy tries to chip it forward to Boylan. Boylan tries to get a hold of that one. Kicks it forward to herself. Looks, fires. Count that as a goal. We got some additional extracurriculars after. Great job. Levy chips it up to Boylan. Boylan kind of kicks it from foot to skate. Zips in on the goalie. Beats the Alexandria goalie over the glove side like her dad never, ever could. 1-0 Edina with 6 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in the first period. Levy, nice look. Oh, again, these refs are very tight on the offsides. I don't know if that was offsides. We'll look at the tape later. I'll send these guys a note. I don't think that was offsides. Great look by Levy, working it all the way over to Mal. Nora was trying to drag a foot, and usually they'd let that go. Levy up to Boylan. Boylan into her feet. It chips out of the zone. That's all right because Sauter's in stride. We try to work that out. Unfortunately, we're in the middle of a change. Here come the... Oh, it sounds like we got some music connected. And the Alexandria Cardinals are in our own zone. Here comes Mal trying to work it out. They get a hold of it, chip it back in low. Boylan up to Sauter. Boylan goes for a change. Sauter gets knocked aside. We're getting a full change. Newcomb, Witherspoon, and Nedry are out there. Earlier today I observed you could roll dice. Oh, we got some music starting in the middle of the game. You could roll dice and just say, here's the crew I'm going to send out there. Uh-oh, Alex has got a break here. We're hustling back. There's absolute speed. Lex has no problem. So if I did not have a microphone near me, I'd be screaming, telling Lex what a great job. Very tough assignment when somebody gets a near breakaway in a 1-0 game and she calmly knocks it aside. Lou works it around to Helfrich. Helfrich chips it up to Witherspoon. Witherspoon sees the opportunity. Oh! Alex just barely got a stick on that. Alexander tries to get in. Helfrich does a great job holding on to that and chipping it out of the zone. Great job. She just barely had that at the end of her stick. Oh, Nedry, let's go. Nedry zooms in, creates massive trouble for them on their breakout, and now we have a great opportunity to create some offense. Witherspoon fighting behind the net. I don't know who is more North Country on this team, and maybe I'll decide tomorrow, but I don't know if it's Ballard or Witherspoon? I hope you're both listening and wondering, how can I not be the most legitimate North Country person? That gets chipped in. Craigness is all alone. Craigness has now got Cohen helping her out. Cohen behind the net. Cohen works out, chips it back to Craigness. They use the net to their advantage like another player. Helfrich back to Craigness. Craigness fires. Goalie gloves it. 3 minutes and 54 seconds left in the first period. It's 1-0. The college students running the clock have now figured out how to play music. I think this is Poison. Or Motley Crue. Motley Crue, excuse me. It's Motley Crue. Craigness in the corner. Don't get hurt. Those kids are chasing you down like they know you're one of our best players. Oh, here come the Cardinals. Cardinals are looking to create a 2-on-1. Chapman backing in. Huge back check by Ballard. Great stick by Chapman. Chapman got there just in time to raise her stick and make it so that she could not get a shot off. Levy tries to work that thing out. That came out. Thank you for finally calling one on our side. All right. Fresh set of forwards. I need to talk a little bit louder because the college students are playing some Motley Crue. Three minutes and 27 seconds left. Sauter, Mal, Boylan out there. When the music turns off, it's so quiet in here, it's unbelievable. That's up the near side boards. That gets chipped over to Sauter. Sauter tries to get it in there. Goalie's got a loose stick. All right, let's go. So the Edina teams have been finding some success here in Duluth. The Duluth Icebreaker Tournament is a tough one to win. And so far I've heard that the 15Us are doing pretty well. The 12Us are doing pretty well. Sweets are excellent job keeping that in. They try to flip it out. Mal's there to create some trouble. Mal ties somebody up. Boylan comes in to fight for it. We got a little moonchy going on behind the net. The official just stands there watching instead of shouting, play the puck. Sauter. Let's go. Out to Sauter again. Sauter sensing some space. Fires. Goalie just barely gets that one. I don't know if that made it onto the camera, but Sauter did it. We got the Beatles playing now. Help. They must be Alexandria fans. Witherspoon wins that back. Sweetser, instead of flipping it towards the net, wisely decides there's too much traffic. I'm not going to hit somebody's shin pad and give them a breakaway. Instead, she chipped it down to the corner. Let our forwards go to work. Sweetser activated a little bit there, and you could hear Coach Rash shouting, center high, center high. In other words, get out there to that point. Oh, Claire just barely fanned on that one. She comes back. She's retreating. Realizes I'll chip that off the boards. That comes out. Witherspoon tries to chip to herself. That's clean. Another offsides. Hey, these officials, no offsides. 2 minutes and 3 seconds left. Edina leads 1-0. They do a great job transitioning to early 2000s rem. Little tie-up on the draw. Craigness. Cohen and Ballard are now our forwards. Long shot on net. Lex tosses that aside. During the ice capades this afternoon, also known as the feats of strength, Alex has got an opportunity here. They work it out to the point. Long shot. Rainbow. Lots of traffic. Lex tosses that aside anyway. Great job, Lex Autumn. We are so fortunate to have world-class goaltending. Probably the best 15U goaltending in the state to complement what I view as some of the best defense and forwards. We got an opportunity while they're making the change. Cohen dangles around one, looks for an opportunity, sees Craigness in alone, decides to chip it in. Levy jumps out to make sure that they don't take advantage of our change. Good job, Levy. Lou Works it up to Boylan. Boylan along the near side boards. Makes space for herself. Tries to chip it towards the net. They come up with that. Now they're trying to clear it. Sauter in the slot. Works it back down to Boylan. Boylan cycles. Reverse cycle, actually, to Sauter. Sauter takes out 2 kids. Boylan's looking for a pass. Gets housed in the corner. Mallory goes in to help her out. That's a teammate. Mallory over to Boylan. Boylan, again, another check by the Cardinals. The Cardinals were a very physical team the first time we played them. There's 20 seconds left in this period. Levy over to Sweetser, or Amy. Amy chips it off the boards. Boylan works it in down low. Mallory and Boylan go for a change. Sauter giving more chase. 10 seconds left. 9 seconds left. Let's get out of this period without them getting a shot here. Levy, she's still out there. Chips it down low. That's it. The first period is over. So in terms of commentary, there's now we've got Journey on the megaphone, and it feels appropriate for this rink. A 1980s classic, Worlds Apart by Journey. Probably came out in about 1983. Coach Rass is working on the dry erase board. I think he's explaining some finer points of the X and O's to our girls. I see the Alexandria coach emphasizing effort, speed, and they can't beat you if you don't. If you keep skating. I'm hopeful that we get an opportunity to put a couple more in. I see Coach Haran talking to the goaltenders. We are very, very lucky to have a set of coaches that know what they're talking about, and in particular, helping out our goalies. The mental piece of the game with our coaches who are very experienced, telling them what to do and not what to do is very important. We got about 40 seconds remaining. It's 1-0, Edina leads. Dan Weary's giving me a clap, which I think I'll take as a positive. It's possible that he's mocking me, but I doubt it. This feels like a Journey remix, by the way, but maybe it's just the bad speakers here. We're starting out with the Sauter, Boylan, Mallory line with Levy and Sweetser on the backside. About 6 seconds left in the intermission here. We're going to play another 15-minute period. And then we're going to have an opportunity to have a resurface. No, they put 12 on the clock. She's fixing it. I can see her dialing it in. There we go. 15 minutes, second period. The officials are ready to go. Here we go. Sweetser over to Levy. Levy. Ooh, they intercept that pass. What they were trying to. Levy was trying to work it up all the way to the far blue line. Levy works it around to Mallory. Mallory gives chase. The Cardinals come up with that. Mallory tries to chip it over. They got a stick on that. The Cardinals work it back down low. Levy chips it around. Boylan along the far side. Oh, just barely missed on the connection there. Let's not give the Cardinals an opportunity to get back into this game. Levy goes down. There's a penalty coming. That's right. Unfair play. We'll call that just a check. Let's see what he calls. Looks like a check call. We're going to roll out our PPP1. Oh, maybe not. We're going to roll out oh, no, we got a penalty. Levy got a penalty. I'm so sorry. Levy got a penalty there. I thought she was the victim, not the aggressor there. So number 4, Mackenzie Levy gets called for a checking penalty. Ordinarily, Mackenzie Levy does not get called for this because Mackenzie Levy usually is half the size of her opponent. And I mean that with the utmost respect. Cohen and Craigness jump out. Sweets are on D. Helfrich is there too. We got 1 minute and 41 seconds to burn off here. Nice. Out to Cohen. Cohen races across the red line. She keeps a step on everybody. She's driving to the net. She gets taken out. The net gets knocked off. Hopefully Tessa Cohen's okay. She went hard into the net. She looks all right. It looks like coach is calling a play for Alex. Our D should be careful because they're going to try to race out of the zone. And it looks like he's asking, isn't it out of the zone? That's a guy that might know the rules. He is probably correct, but he's overruled. Alex ringing it around the boards. Cohen and Gregness are our forwards. Helfrich and Sweets are RD. Minute and 18 seconds left. Ooh, we're lucky we didn't call for a trip there. I hear Rash shouting, stay in the box, don't commit. He's saying, stay there. I'll try to keep just repeating what Coach says, I guess. Ooh, Alex out to the top of the circle. Lex Autumn, let's go. Great save. Saw the puck beginning to end. We got Lou, Sweetser on the backside. Craigness and Cohen on the front side. 51 seconds left. Sweetser chips it over. Now we're letting them have the outside. Looks like they're running a traditional umbrella. They got an umbrella. I can hear Coach yelling, behind you. If they lose the handle on that one, ooh, they come up with it again. Possession. You can hear Coach yelling, take it easy. Everybody take it easy. Right over onto Craigness' stick. If they get a stick on that, Amy works it out, chips it all the way down. That's going to be an icing. About 10 seconds left in the penalty. We have some auxiliary officials here. I think the back of the jersey says Nedry. One says, and Witherspoon, who says they stopped skating. All right, Boylan and Sauter on the front side. Keep playing. We got about 5 seconds left. An odd man advantage. Ooh, way out at the point. Oh, they walk by. Great job, Lex. Unbelievable. Here's the deal. We take it for granted each and every single game how good our goalies are. We're now back at full strength, but that was a high risk chance for them. And Lex just gobbled it up. Ella tries to win that back. Unfortunately, the Cardinals come up with it. Amy gives chase. Out to the point. Long shot. That knocks aside. That pops out. Good. It's an offsides. Like I said, these guys know they're offsides. We're back to settling into the same line changes. Witherspoon, Newcomb, Nedry jump out. Chapman, Levy on the backside. Nedry quickly moves it back. Quick regroup. Oh, they're calling that ice. 11 minutes. 48 seconds left in the second period. So 1-0 Edina lead. They don't keep track of shots in this particular game, but I would say that we've been ahead on shots. The Alexandria team is a very strong team. But I think we've had the better of this play so far. Quick shot. Wow. Lex, great save. Unbelievably good save. Out at the point, their point tries to dangle around, loses the handle on it. Witherspoon's got it. Now she works it over to Nedry. Nedry into the offensive zone. Nedry, she's got a 4-on-1. She gets stripped. They're not going to give her a call. Nevertheless, here we go. The Alexandria Cardinals come out. Another offsides call. Lots of offsides calls. There's one rule these guys know. We change out our forwards. So we got Ballard, Cohen, Craigness, Chapman, and Levy on the backside. Levy's telling Chapman what to do. Here we go. Cohen, over to Levy. Levy tries to get to that red line. Now they don't call icing. Good job. It was real close. Cohen in the corner, helped out by Ballard. Ballard's fighting for it, so is Cohen. Good job, Bally. Just getting their stick on that. She works it over to Chapman. Chapman tries to fire. Alexandria gets a stick on that. We're now out of the zone. Okay. Calm now. Calm. Let's regroup. Over to Levy. Levy chips it up to Craigness. Craigness can't quite get the handle on that. Tries desperately. Can't get a hold of it. Oh! Cohen gets a shot. The goalie knocks that aside with her blocker. We got a battle going on in the lower near side corner. Craigness in the slot. Somebody get there. Craigness. Zoom. Levy pinches in. Craigness now has got the point. We got a change coming for our D. Zipping around to our near side. Sweetser jumps on and just barely keeps that up in the ice. Boylan, Mallory, Sauter are getting on the ice. Let's go before they get an opportunity. Oh, Mal with a massive back check. I love it. Thank you, Mallory. That's a cross off the. Oh, a couple of. Here we go. Boylan gets it off the boards, tries to chip it towards the net. Goalie sucks that up. Let's go. 9:47 left. I think I might encourage the fans to cheer a little bit more here. With 9:47 left in the second period, it's a 1-0 game, and your Edina Hornets could use some motivation. Lou thinks better of shooting it into somebody's shin pads. Good idea. Amy tries to work it, or Mallory tries to work it over to Boylan. There's a long cross-ice pass. Great job, Amy, stepping on that. Sauter comes up with that. Sauter over to Sweetser. Sweetser works it up to Boylan. Boylan chips it forward. Out it comes again. Sweetser. Back to Amy. Amy loses the handle for a minute. Works it up the sideboards. They try to work it back for a regroup themselves. Boylan and Sauter giving chase. Ooh, they do a good regroup. Now Alexandria's on the attack. Our forwards might be a little tired after a long shift here relative to some of the other ones that we've had in this game. Alexandria tries to go to work. Oh, Alexandria comes up with that out of the pile. Lex tosses it aside. Alex works it back down low again. Sauter goes to tie her up. Good job, Sauter. She's helped out by Sweetser. Sweetser comes up with that one. Chips it around the corner. Here goes Mal. Mal tries to win that battle. Alex comes up with that. Woo! Alex is buzzing here in this shift. We were buzzing first. Now they've got a little bit of the upper hand. They're working us in the defensive zone. Somebody, please, come up with that puck. Boylan's got it on her skates now. She's trying to work it out. Works it backhand to Sauter. Sauter tries to get that thing out. Thank you. Mal reaches the red line. Works that thing in. Cross ice pass is successful. Now the Cardinals again are on the attack. Oh, it's clean. Oh, that hits Boylan's skate on the backside. Newcomb's now out there. Here we go. We got a battle in our offensive zone. Nedry's absolutely battling. We got a penalty coming. I like a penalty coming because that's probably against your Alex Cardinals. Lex is headed to the bench after the auxiliary coaches shout, go to the bench, go to the bench. Craigness is on the ice now. Newcomb down in the corner. Alex gets a hold of that. 7:15 left. We're going to have a power play for 2 minutes. It's a 1-0 game. Let's go, Edina Hornets. They put on the excellent choice, the Rocky soundtrack here. They just turned it off. Well, that's disappointing. Okay, Craigness, Sauter, Mallory, Helfrich, Amy, Lou on the backside. 7:15 remaining. 2 minutes on the power play. Let's get one here. Start digging that knife in. Helfrich works it down to Craigness. Craigness out to Sauter. Sauter, very patient. Decides I'm not going to fire that thing. I got to set this thing up. Craigness over to Sauter. Sauter. Craigness in the corner now. Out to Amy at the point. Amy fires. They get a stick on that. It gets knocked aside. Mallory chases down in the corner. Mallory with space. Walks, fires. That's a goal. A mental note. Everyone should listen to this. Nice goal, Mal. This goalie, when we play them, this goalie goes down. Shoot for the upper corners. This goalie dropped to her knees immediately. And I think it was the same thing on the Boylan goal. So now we're up 2-0. 6:45 left in the second period. This goalie is very good, especially with her glove, but if you get a shot on her, she's going down. We got to take advantage of that. Newcomb trying to get it out of the zone. Here we go. Woo-wee! Witherspoon grabs a hold of that one. Witherspoon senses space, goes for it. She's got more speed than most players on the ice. Tries to dangle around. Somebody gets a stick on that. There we go. Nedry's in to help. Over to Witherspoon, though. Witherspoon dangles out. Oh, just hit the back of the net. Went for the short side like a player does. Tries to get that thing in. Didn't quite get it in. Now we've got Alexandria trying to break out of their zone. Our girls circling. We let Alexandria out. Alexander tries to get it in deep. Levy to Witherspoon. I hear Rass saying, go, 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 go. I think he's right. Over to Newcomb. Come on, Newcomb. Oh, they just barely got a stick on that. Newcomb behind the net there. Great job by Tessa Cohen jumping into the action, getting a stick on it. Now we've got Cohen, Craigness, and Ballard's about to jump out with Sweetser and Lou on the backside. Cohen into the slot. Great job, Ballard. That puck came out. It wasn't more than half a second before it was off her stick and straight at the goal. Lou keeps it in at the blue. Great job. Craigness fires. That goalie gobbles it up. Offensive zone faceoff. Second period. It's 2-0. Edina leads over the Alexandria Hornets here on a snowy Saturday night in Duluth, Minnesota. We're at the Duluth Entertainment and Convention Center. It is the oldest rink you might play in. That's not really true, but it feels like it. Ooh, Craigness tries to chip that one backhand towards the net. It's back to Craigness. Craigness working out over to Sweetser. Sweetser works it down to the corner to Tessa. Tessa Cohen gets ready. Craigness fires from the top of the circle. Goalie gloves that one aside. We've got more Rocky music playing. Now it gets stopped again. Maybe. Oh, here it comes again. This is Eye of the Tiger. Sauter on the draw. Boylan gives chase. Creates some serious trouble for them. Raises a stick. Prevents their breakout because of that little tiny difference. When you play it tight, it creates some trouble for them. So much so that they can't get out of the zone. Now Mallory, Boylan are fighting for it. Sauter behind the net. Mallory's, they're helping. We had two people behind the net chipping out. Now they get a breakaway here. A little mini breakaway. Their fastest player trying in. Great job, Amy, fighting back, keeping them away from that. It's up to Boylan. Boylan runs into the walls on herself. Now Cardinals are trying to come up with something. Somebody just dancing around. Our girls seem to be losing edges like nobody's business. Amy tries to get that out of there. Both of them run right into the official. There's 4 people in a pile. Watch that slot now. Okay, Sweetser's there. Sweetser's hustling. She works up to Mal. Mal tries to chip it out. Can't quite get it out. Sauter's there. You got 2. It's a 2-on-1 entering the zone. Oh, Ella did the right thing until the D tried to come over and help out. This line's been out there too long, though. Newcomb now comes out. Boylan chips it towards the goal. Not a terrible decision. Sauter was looking to pass that thing over. Just barely. The defense got their skate on it. Witherspoon, Nedry, Newcomb with Helfrich. Chapman on the backside. It's a 2-0 Edina lead with 3 minutes and 26 seconds left in the second period. Helfrich fights to keep that thing in. Still in the blue line. No, might be out. It's out. We're right around the blue line, though. Nedry, like I said, she is having a tournament. Probably a penalty there, not called. When you take somebody down, it's usually a penalty. Witherspoon in the corner. Witherspoon fans on it, unfortunately. Here we go. They've got it in the corner now. The Alexandria Cardinals. 2 minutes and 53 seconds left in the second period. Cardinals working on a breakout. Out to Chapman. Chapman. She's got some pressure coming. Escapes. Works that up the boards. Witherspoon gets that. Chips it forward. It's not going to be an icing, so she's got some opportunity to come up with that thing. Witherspoon creates total trouble. Love it. Newcomb goes for a change. We got Ballard now jumping on the ice. Ballard tries to work it around. She gives it to Nedry. Nedry chips it down to Ballard while she goes for a change. Cohen's now on the ice. Witherspoon's zipping off for a change. Ballard works it around, fires at the goal just a little bit wide. Helfrich down low. We're working the Cardinals. Let's keep working them. Cohen uses her body. I don't know if there's a kid I've seen at 12 and 15U who does a better job of using her body to maintain possession than Tessa Cohen. She works around, and she'll often put her body in her long arms in a position where the other team can't get the puck. So much so that it's almost comical, and she does a great job again here. Levy, long shot, just misses the net. It's out to the point again. Sweetser works that down backward, backhanded. Ballard, I hear the coaches yelling, move it, move it, move it. Gets zinged around behind the net. Cardinals come up with that one. Again, our forecheck is very tenacious. They've got a 1-on-2. They draw it around Cragnes. Major points in the Art Boylan unkept statistics. Leighton Cragnes zooms back, helps out on the defensive zone through an incredible back check. You can't give enough points for that. Maybe in my retirement years, I'll keep track of exceptional back checks for the Edina Hornets. Sauter on the draw. The Cardinals win that back. They're trying to set up in their zone. Helfrich gives chase. Looks like we got a good line of Cardinals out there because they're dancing with this puck, making it difficult for us. Out to the point. That gets back down to Boylan. Boylan fans on it a little. It's back down in our corner. Ooh, that's almost a shot. 38 seconds remaining in the second period. Let's get out of this. 33 seconds remain. That was a unbelievably weird carom off the. Oh, it sounds like the teenagers who are running the music are cheering for Alexandria. It's very strange carom off the backboards, bounced off the side of the net. After it bounces off the side of the net, it lands right on a Alexandria Cardinal stick. They chip it in. That's an icing. Ken's is pleading her case, but from where I'm sitting, that was probably an icing. 28 seconds remaining. Witherspoon on the draw. Officials would like some order. Leaving the corner. Beaver works it up to Nedry. Gets out of our zone. Love it. Newcomb gives chase. Newcomb creating major trouble for them. Witherspoon's got a handle on that. Works it towards the net. They cover it up. 12 seconds left in the second period. Very few penalties called so far in this game. I think we've just got one. Craigness jumps out. You got Craigness, Newcomb, Nedry out there. Out to Helfrich. Helfrich fires. Just misses. 5 seconds remain. 3 seconds now. That's going to be it for the second period as they just eat it. It's a 2-1 lead for your Edina Hornets. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with the third period here. And if your Edina Hornets can hold on to the win and move on to the next phase, we will be in the Icebreaker Championship. We had some technical difficulties there. Hope that we are now online. Oh, Cohen gets a breakaway. Here we go. Thinks about it. Fires. Oh, just misses on the near side. Maybe we're connected. I hope we're connected. Ooh. Oh, another opportunity right there. Ballard tried to hook up Cohen. Out to Amy Lou. Amy shoots it. We got a full set of our forwards coming out. Oh, I hear their coaches shouting, 1 goal. That's right. We're ahead by 1 goal. It's 11:34 left in the third period. Mallory, Boylan, Sauter on the draw. They get a nice breakout pass. They got a one-on-one against Sweetser. Sweetser, very experienced there. There's a cross-ice pass. Boylan gets her stick on. That interrupts their flow. That's out of the zone. Here we go. Regrouping by the Alex Cardinals. Alex Cardinals ice that. Good job icing it, folks. 11:08 left in the third period. We get a change of our forwards. Witherspoon, Newcomb, and Nedry jump on the ice. 2-1. Edina leads Alex. On a Boylan goal and a Mallory power play goal, we got Witherspoon, Newcomb, Nedry out there with Chapman and Helfrich on the backside. Icing. Oh, he says that it bounced off of something, which seems hard to believe. But these officials have had a long day, and it may be that they're hoping games end quickly. Over to Nedry along the near side board. She fumbles that. It gets chipped back in. Chapman. Over to Nedry. Nedry, who works around 2 Cardinals. Bravo, Nedry. She's now fighting through more traffic. Keeps fighting. Let's go. Newcomb's there to help out. Nedry again. They chip it out. Try to chip it out. Helfrich gloves that. Keeps it in. Nedry. Back to Chapman. Chapman doesn't quite have a handle on that. Witherspoon comes up with it instead. Sees a lane. Works around one. Works around another. Around to the outside. Sees a bad angle. Tries to load up the front of the net. Cohen's out there to keep it in the zone. Cohen. She's out there dangling around many. Fires. Nice shot. Right on the ice towards the goalie. Goalie gloves it up. 10 minutes remaining. Exactly 10 minutes in the third period here. Edina leads 2-1 over Alexandria. This is a matchup of 2 heavyweights, 2 teams that are towards the top of the Youth Hockey Hub ranking. Tony Zuzel or Zazel or whatever your name is, if you're listening. It was a matchup of 2 of your heavyweight teams. Out to Sweetser. Sweetser. They get a stick on that, so it jumps over, but Cohen comes up with it behind the net. Ballard goes over to help. We got 2 Hornets chasing. Craigness almost gets a stick on that. Ballard does instead. Works it back down low. Craigness gets chase. Here comes the Cardinals. I hear their coach yelling, go, go, go. They must be thinking, let's send someone in this third period because we desperately need a goal to try to tie this thing up. Now the Cardinals try to set up in our defensive zone. Sweetser rings it around the boards. Oh, there it is right in front. Great job on the defensive zone. Up to Craigness. Craigness gets that red line. Great situational awareness. Just chips that down. Mallory and Boylan gives chase. Less than 9 minutes left in this contest. Boylan's there to create some trouble. Helfrich reaches that red line. Helfrich with speed in the zone. Fires. Goalie comes up with it. Goalie comes up with it again. Helfrich gets the rebound. Gets a whack that probably should have been a penalty called, but she looks okay. Helfrich is a pretty tough kid. Number 17, Vivian Helfrich. 8 minutes and 42 seconds remaining. Our college-aged timekeepers don't want to continue playing upbeat music while the Hornets are in the offensive zone. Mal tries to work it over. Mal runs into some traffic, comes up with it again, fires. Oh, who's right there? Sauter had a couple of whacks on it. Mal from top of the circle on the near side fired it. Goalie made the first save. Ella had a whack at it. Had a second whack at it. The Alexandria Cardinals goalie grabbed a hold of that one. Sauter on the draw. That one gets worked forward. Cardinals come up with that. They're trying to get it an exit. Amy gets it right out at the blue line, chips it back down low after our girls get onside. Here it is, a bounce off the near side boards. Boylan comes up with that, works it back to Chapman. Chapman over to Lou. Lou off the boards. Up to Mallory. Mallory achieves the red line. Says, I'll zip it down low. Cardinals come up with that. 7 minutes and 55 seconds left. I hear Coach yelling, stay high in the middle, stay high in the middle. I think he's trying to say, don't give him an opportunity here. There goes Alex, trying to come up with something. Boylan loses the stick, but interferes with their attempted breakout. As a result of that, Mallory gets an opportunity. Mallory chips it down low. Boylan's there to help out. There's Sauter and Boylan fighting in the corner. Sauter all by herself now fighting. In comes Newcomb. Boylan goes for a change. Chapman gathers it on the far side. Sauter goes for a change too. We've now got Witherspoon and Nedry and Newcomb out there. Lou all the way back into our zone. Gathers. Tries to get out of. Watch that slot, guys. Good job fighting for that one. In our defensive zone, we're now battling for it to try to stay ahead of here. Here's Amy. Amy up to Newcomb. Newcomb flips that out of the zone. Nice and easy, so it's not an icing. Great job. Let's take it nice and easy, as Frank Sinatra would say. Nedry trying to work it in. Levy pinches down. Doesn't quite come up with that one. Here comes Alexandria. Flings it at the net. It misses. It's a breakout pass. It gets worked back down low. Levy, near side boards. They go for a change, so we've got some ice to work with. Levy reaches that red line, thinks about it, chips it in once she enters the zone and works it around all the way far side to Newcomb. Newcomb, Nedry. Sweetser there, chips it back down in. Oh, here come the Alexandria Cardinals. They've got a 2-on-1. Levy gives chase. Witherspoon works that up the near side boards. Less than 6 minutes remaining in this context. Witherspoon chasing. Oh, they fan on it. They work it up to the red line. He says, oh, it's clearly a tip. It wasn't clearly a tip. That works out of the zone. We've now got a change happening. Cohen is out there with Witherspoon and Ballard. We just need to change so that Craigness gets an opportunity to jump on the ice. Craigness is now on the ice. It's long, far, wide. Ballard almost gets the stick on that. Here we go. Here's the 2-on-2. Cohen and Craigness. Craigness making some room for herself. Works it around. Dangles around one. Chips that in. Let's go. Make it 3-1. Alexandria is down. 2 goals. Their coach said just one more goal. Maybe he meant we need a 2-goal differential. 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in the third period. The Alexandria Cardinals call. Not going to.